Welcome back to Session 0, where I discuss world building and other RPG topics. My name is Brian, and in today's world building video, I want to continue my mini-series of drawing inspiration from the Harry Potter books. If you want to see how I combine Magic the Gathering with Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban to make a whole new world, please stay tuned. Okay, the name of this book is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, but Azkaban is not going to show up. So what we're going to do, we're going to cheat it a little bit. If you know Harry Potter, you know that Azkaban is a wizard prison. So that's what we're going to add in our search. This cover does have a lot of white on it, and I like that because what you're seeing on this cover is a protection spell. This is the Patronus Charm, and it protects you from Dementors. So I'm going to add white. I'm also going to add black for this guy right here. This is Sirius Black, and black in Magic is all about death and decay, so it should give us some interesting results. Now, typically, I would read these cards as I went and decide, as I was going through the video, but I've already taken a look at these cards, and I just want to point out a few that I really like. This first one here, Angelic Edict. Even though I'm not going to use it for world building, I really like the art here. I like what it's doing. The Boros built a prison in the sky where Azorius' statutes couldn't restrict their sense of justice. I think it's cool to have a prison in the sky, and that is definitely a scene I can see in, a role-playing game. Let's go now to the first card that I'm going to use for world building, and that is Avacyn, Angel of Hope. A golden helix streaked skyward from the Hell Vault. A thunderous explosion shattered the silver monolith and Avacyn emerged, free from her prison at last. So that's cool. This is an angel who has been in prison for a while, and now she's broken out of something called the Hell Vault. So there's a lot of cool world building already built into that text. Next is the card right next to it. Again, I'm not using this one for world building, but I love the art on this card. I can see this as a stained glass window. I think this is just a really cool piece of art. Next, let's go down a little bit to the next card that we will be using for world building, and that's Hunted Ghoul. Even after Handweir was saved, Geese's lost ghouls would shamble through, still following their twisted orders of their imprisoned master. I like this because, even after their master is dead or imprisoned or whatever the case may be, the zombies keep going. I think in a lot of fantasy we see maybe if you kill the necromancer, the zombies die with them. And maybe I'm just making that up, I don't know. But I like the idea that these keep going after their master is dead. And I'm going to use that definitely for world building. This next card is the final card that I won't be using, but is really cool, and that's Silence. All the wizardry in the world has to pass through one small and easily sealed door. That's really cool. I can see, a zone of silence in a dungeon that you can, slowly impress upon the players. And this is really going to hamper a wizard's ability to do their thing. So I like that. I like the art. I like what's going on in that flavor text. So that is definitely a cool thing you can use in a role-playing game. Finally, the last card I am going to use for world building is Eucora the Prisoner. It took 99 monks to weave the spell that trapped Eucora. Upon the death of the 99, the spell was broken, and the demon returned to the mortal world seeking vengeance for its imprisonment. I mean, what else can you say? That is a lot of cool world building, and definitely where the title for this video comes from. So I'm going to use these three cards. I'm going to use Avacyn, Angel of Hope, Hunted Ghoul, and Eucora the Prisoner, and let's go ahead and build an essential element with that. This one seems pretty straightforward to me. The Radiant Angel recently escaped from its prison and annihilated the necromancer which had imprisoned it. It was to little effect, however, as the necromancer's immeasurable ghoulish horde continued to follow their dead master's command, spreading across the land and devouring the 100 wizards who maintain the magical seal on the demon lord's bonds. This pulls a little bit of something from each of the 3 cards and sets up a lot of the world, including a timer. Zombies are spreading across the land, drawn to the locations of the 100 wizards. Meanwhile, the angel seeks trustworthy adventuring parties to help destroy zombies and keep the wizards safe. What will happen when the final wizard maintaining the seal is killed? Ask your players. Who is the Radiant Angel and how long was it imprisoned? Who is the Necromancer and are they really defeated? What place is safe, for now, from the Necromancer's horde? Why do the zombies continue to reanimate after falling in battle? Who is the Demon Lord, and how did the Angel initially imprison it? How much power and influence does the Demon Lord have in its current state? How many of the 100 wizards have already fallen? What will happen when the final wizard dies, breaking the seal? You can answer these yourself for solo play or for straight world building, or ask your players to answer them for some collaborative world building. Even when you're doing collaborative world building, you can answer some of these questions yourself or even just parts of them. Use what you learn to build a campaign front with some dangers. Here's a sample based on how I answer the questions myself. Of course, yours will look different based on your answers. I'm working on a video about fronts right now, and I'll use this front as an ongoing example throughout. The best thing about fronts is that, once you understand them, you can use them as an organizational tool for any game you play, not just Dungeon World. Now let's look at some party dynamics in the "you are attempting to" format. Unless everyone already has a really good idea about what they'd like to play, it can be a lot of fun to discover the party's dynamic by rolling randomly on a d4 and a d6. We'll start with the "you are" portion, which roughly indicates your allegiance and party bond. You are allies of one of the 100. Seekers of the Demon Lord's cult. Direct agents of the Angel. Zombie slayers. Now we'll look at the attempting to portion, which indicates in what situation you or the party find yourself as the adventure starts. You are attempting to defend a 100 while they perform a teleportation ritual. Recover an artifact just stolen by minions of the Necromancer. Evacuate a rural settlement ahead of the horde. Sneak through zombie-heavy territory along the path to your objective. Retrieve an artifact before the demon cult destroys it. Escort an injured 100 safely out of a dungeon. Dig into each of these aspects some more for additional world building and use that information for an adventure front. Let me roll a d4 and d6 and see what I get. 2 and 1 is you are seekers of the demon's cult attempting to defend a 100 while they perform a teleportation ritual. Sounds fun. That's it for this video, combining Magic the Gathering and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Check out my other Harry Potter themed videos, linked above and in the description below. I'm going to take a break from Harry Potter inspiration for the next world building video, which will be number 7, or 007 if you will. I want to take a second to thank my producers, who are of course my patrons at patreon.com/Brian Holland. Thanks for watching and have a great day.